In addition to being able to create settings for a particular time of day, you can save settings for a range of times. So under the Solar Study single day, you can give a beginning time and an end time, and you can specify the interval. So in this case, at 15-minute intervals, you'll be seeing the shadow as they affect the site. Now this means that you can apply those views to the individual, those settings to an individual view. And the way that you do that is to save the name of the settings, and then for a particular view, tell it which Solar Study is applied to the view itself. Now, I've used the naming convention of saying Winter Solstice St. Louis, but in fact, it's the location of the project that's always used. So you really don't need to put St. Louis in there. It was simply a naming convention. So that for that particular project, I'm reminding myself that it's in St. Louis. But if I were to, say, go and change the location to San Francisco, this is not going to update from the naming convention. It's already there. So you've only got one project location active, and you can't save different locations when you save settings for a specific day. So the point here would be that once you've created those animation settings, you're able to apply them to a particular view to help you visualize. And those could be, say, the winter solstice or the summer solstice or the spring or fall solstice, but any particular range of times that you want to study. Okay, I want to animate the motion of the sun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my 3D view. I'm seeing this with the display set as hidden line, which is why I'm just seeing it all white. It's quite a good way to look at it for the study. The next thing I'm going to do is under the sun settings. Instead of going to the option that was a still shot, I'm going to go to single day. You'll always have from your template some presets in here. I'm going to do it for the winter solstice, but I'm going to say copy that, and I'm going to name it winter solstice St. Louis. Now it doesn't remember, those settings don't store different locations for different longitude and latitudes. It'll always be just the project longitude, latitude. So this is just me naming it because I know the project is in St. Louis. And what I'm going to do is I pick it's got the winter solstice day. I've got the option of saying between certain hours. Suppose, for example, I was interested in the hours of the day when the sun is most useful for solar collectors, say between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So normally you kind of look at those hours. I'm going to set it to 9 o'clock and till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I've got the option of setting how many intervals are there between those beginning and ending times. I can set it to 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Let's make it this to 15 minutes. I want to make sure again that the shadows are falling on the terrain and not the ground plane. So I've actually switched that on for the view that I'm in, which is my 3D view. And let's rename that then and call it animated. And then if I turn on the shadows, I should be seeing the shadows on this terrain. So I'm turning them on, I'm seeing it on the terrain. But my next step is to go to the sun path option, and if I click on it now, if I've set it up to work, I can now say preview solar study. This way, if you look, there's my beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you'll see that as I kind of step forward, it goes forward at 15 minutes at a time. So I can see the shadows as they move around the site. Or if I just say go to the beginning and then say play, I'll see the shadows as they fall across my site for my study. I'm looking at this view, but I could have a camera. I could be looking at any view at the site and then use the same settings to animate the view that I'm looking at for the solar study. So let me stop there, and what I'll do is I'll show you how to export the animation.